snowing. It's a perfect time to drop some cold, hard facts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, gentlemen. Hammerhand, the MGTOW monk, back at you. One mo gin. Yo, man. Yo. You already know, don't you? You already understand that these females, these creatures from the Black Lagoon, they don't love you. You do know that, don't you? They love what you can do for them. Do you understand that? They love what you can do for them. They love adulation. They love stimulus. They love the blush response. That's what they love. Turn this car off and get this clear audio coming in. That's what they love. They love all of the things that they can get. They love all those shiny, shiny things. You know, I watch men go out and buy $1,000 worth of bait and tackle, incredible rods and reels, and they go fishing, right? They get the scented worms. They get the worms that look like they're real, man. They're real. If you didn't buy it out of a bait and tackle store, you wouldn't know the difference. So they think that the fish don't know the difference either. Then I watched an episode of MacGyver, long time ago. He took a piece of chewing gum wrapper that was flashy, shiny, and he put it on the hook. Didn't spend anything other than what it cost to get the stick of gum. Caught a great big bass. Now, granted, it's an episode of MacGyver. So I said to myself, Hammer, we're going to have to test this. And I went out and I tested it. Shiny, flashy things that have no value work just as good as a $400 lure. It's the strange thing about females, isn't it? All of these things come from nothing. They will end up going to nothing. But somehow or another, they have value in between those two states. Very strange. Men, by far, are the most emotional lovers and thinkers in the world. By far. It's not even a contest. And I'm not talking about the men that run around out here with single mother syndrome, that were deprived, that were kicked, that were shit on. I'm not talking about those men. I'm not talking about the men that were made to be dependent on validation by only having a single mother. I'm not talking about that male body that has a hardwired female brain. And no disrespect to them, because I understand what they're going through. It's clear. It's clear. It's not because of patriarchy. It's not because men hold women down. That is a fallacy. It's one of the most laughable things that you could say in the Western world to somebody with a brain. But good luck finding a person with a brain in the Western world. Interesting state that we live in. Interesting existence that we live in. Men are the most passionate thinkers, the most passionate doers, the most passionate inventors. Men do everything. And there's the expectation that they should continue to do everything, while everybody and everything around them sheds, gets rid of, slips that skin. They dive right into their new identity, brand spanking new for them today. Get yours for only $9.99. But you have to stay in your skin. You have to be comfortable with those expectations. Otherwise, what are you? You're a sellout. You're not a real man. You're an ist, an ism, a phobe. If you question anything, there's some roadblock placed in your way to make you the perpetrator, just for questioning. They don't have to provide you with an answer. They don't have to provide you with acknowledgement. They don't have to provide you with anything. The one thing that they're willing to give to you with heaping helping spoons, overflowing cups, is derision, shame. They're more than willing to load that in your lap. See how you like it. Gentlemen, we have a lot of good quality representation out here in the man-o-sphere. Even the people that you don't necessarily get along with or see eye to eye with can teach you something. You can learn something from them. When you see these men, let's just use the snake oil salesman, for example. Let's use them. Even though I disagree vehemently, wholeheartedly, with 90% of the things that they say, especially when it comes to the usury of man, when it comes to endorsing usury, when it comes to reshaping yourself to be what she wants. There is nothing that makes me laugh faster and harder than hearing some bullshit like that. But even these men can teach you something, right? They've saved their money. They've gotten out there. They've experienced life or are currently experiencing life. You see what I'm saying? Even though they're putting their asses in the crosshairs, they're still living. And that's something that I find a lot of men don't do. They will absorb the message, and then they will sit in the corner and wait for death to come and collect. The ferryman wants his token, but not yet. Not right now. I'm not done with my meat suit. I've still got some things to do. And you should be living that life all the way up until the time you check out. On your terms. As much as you can. Let's be real about it. We're all somewhat controlled. The unfortunate part of life, really, waking up, red pilling, is understanding that. It's understanding that. Not necessarily accepting it, but getting it. And then trying to work within that frame. All of these men out here, whether they are your brother, whether you regard them as kinfolk, kith, they can teach you something. They can teach you how to live. What has Barbarossa done since he stopped making videos? Hiking, climbing, moving all over the place, living that life. It may seem to be a bit chaotic, but what is he doing? He's living, right? Now, even if the guy went back and grabbed a girl, got married, I can't tell you that that's MGTOW. I can't tell you that that's not putting yourself in harm's way. But if you make the decision, if you accept the risk, in a way it is. Now, that's not me opening the door so everybody can say, oh, shit, I can go grab me a girly? Are you kidding me, Hammer? Oh, what a revelation. No, you can't. Not unless you accept the risk. And then you forfeit your certain statuses. And then you go back to being what you were before you opened your eyes. Except this time, you're doing it willingly. And that's not good. Not for you, not for me, not for anybody. But especially not for you. You choose to be a willing servant to the succubi. That's on you. And I can't help you. And I can't stick my hand out and say, come this way, brother. Because you already know the way. and you let your biology take control of you. You let those wants and wishes override your needs and well-being. That's never a good thing. Some folks will ask, and have asked many times, man, if you're going your own way, why aren't you just doing that? Why talk about females? Why talk about dark female nature? Why can't you just go your own way and let people do their thing? I mean, you seem so bitter and nasty and ill-tempered, and there's a saying out there, repetition is the father of creation. It all starts and ends with us. All of it. I'm sorry to break it to you, ladies, but it all starts and ends with us. You're part of the equation. You are not the sum. I have lived long enough to witness the fall of man. I've lived long enough to witness grown men putting on fishnet stockings, bunking up and having their old ladies fuck them in the ass. I've lived long enough to see men cut their dangles and dongles off and have somebody drill a hole in their pelvis. Sometimes I think I have lived too long. It's almost too much to bear. Until you realize the comedic aspect of it. And then it's solid fucking gold. Oh, goddamn. Gentlemen, I am honored and blessed to be here with you today. Honored and blessed. We will get back to the chill streams on Saturdays and Sundays, or whenever my days off are, that right now they haven't stabilized. And I'm still trying to accommodate myself a little bit when it comes to this job. I've been sitting on my ass in a truck for 7 years, and you don't get a real appreciation for physicality until you're back in it after 7 years of sitting on your ass in a truck. No disrespect to anybody out there that's CDLA holding, that's long time trucking, that's getting it going, that's doing the thing. I'm right there with you. I just feel like a change had to be made, so I made it. That's another point, another valid point for men going their own way. If you have a boat anchor strapped around your neck, it's difficult to make changes, especially when you have feelings attached to your boat anchor. Now, I'm not saying that your responsibilities and obligations are a boat anchor. Don't take it that way. Just understand that if you're a free or free-ish man right now, you should seriously consider staying that way. In a few years, my son will be old enough to start marching to the beat of his own drum, and I intend to have him do that. But until then, I have an obligation and a responsibility to raise him properly and correctly. And I will not dip out on that. If you're married and you're listening to these things, if you've got a girlfriend, if you've got an LTR and you're listening to these things, and it's making you question where you're at right now, good. That doesn't mean go out and act on it. It means think. It means consider. And think and consider yourself above all. If you're not right, nothing around you, nothing that depends on you is going to be right. Keep that in mind. Gentlemen, it's my pleasure, as always. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.